Hello. Okay, continuing this birdhouse project. Now I want to make the interior hollow. But let's do that for a simpler shape first. So for now, I'm just gonna move the birdhouse out of the way. I do G, then X. After selecting it in object mode, G, then X. Okay, now I'm gonna add a cube. Shift A, mesh, cube. Okay, so to make an object hollow, I need to add a modifier. But first, I'm gonna change to wireframe view. I press Z and then number 4. Okay, now I can add my modifier. I go to modifier properties, add modifier, and I go down to solidify. And I just have to increase the thickness. So you can see the shape of the hollow interior now. Okay, now I'm gonna change to solid view. There it is, and you can see it's hollow if I remove one of the faces. So I'm gonna switch to edit mode, and it's already in face select. If it wasn't, we would press 3. And I'm just gonna select the face and press delete to remove it. And I'm gonna, after I get these options, select dissolve faces. That didn't work. Faces. Yeah. Okay. You can see it's hollow. So that's what you would normally do, but that's not gonna work for my birdhouse, and I'll show you why. So back to object mode. We don't need the cube anymore. Now I can bring the birdhouse to the center by pressing G then X and dragging it to the center. So if we apply the same solidify modifier, you'll see what happens. So I do C, wireframe, and then I go to add modifier, solidify, and I increase the thickness. So it does the same thing. Our problem now is that the door is in the way. So even though it makes it hollow, we still have that door in there. So it's still gonna be blocking the entrance. So that was my mistake. We should have done this step before adding the door. But we can still make it hollow with a different process. So I'm just gonna do Control Z to undo that and remove this modifier. We don't need it. Back to solid view. And what we can do it's the Boolean modifier again, just the same way we made the door. So I'm gonna add a simple shape. I'm gonna add a cube. So I do Shift A, Mesh, Cube, and then I'm gonna scale it down a little bit, then G and X, and I'm gonna drag it up to that point. We gotta be able to see it. It cannot go past the edge of the door because again, then we won't have a door after I apply the Boolean modifier. So I should be able to see the cube. So I move it to the front where I can see it. And this entrance here now, that's the cube. You can see if I press on it, you see the cube is selected. So we do the same thing we did in the previous video. I'm gonna select my main object, and then I go to add modifier. This time it's gonna be Boolean. I select it, and then I go and click on the eyedropper icon, and I select my cube. Okay, apply the modifier. Now I can remove the cube. Press delete, and you can see it's hollow now. We can see inside through the door. Okay, and I'm gonna switch to wireframe view so we can see it better. So I do Z and then number 4, and you can see the shape of the inside. Okay, thank you for watching.